This conference will now be recorded.
So I forgot to record this morning. I thought it was, and I wasn't. But I guess they'll survive. But I'll record it later.
It, they'll be all right.
That'll be okay. All right, let's
They'll be
go
all right.
to screen. Applications. Okay, so Terrell, here we go. Selling these shoes. Muted yourself again.
Okay.
You had trouble with this screen, right?
It's as simple. The left side is saying how much you sold. The right side is the remaining stock that you have that you bought in total, right? You bought all of it, what you still got, and the right is left is what you sold, and the right is what you have remaining.
Okay. So when we sell inventory, we're going to look at these 3 journal entries we have to make. First of all, we buy inventory. We debit inventory, credit accounts payable. That's a type 12. These are the accounts involved. Then we sell inventory, and we'll mainly make it, we'll just say cash sales. We debit cash and credit sales. The new thing is debiting cost of goods sold and crediting inventory, type 16. Any question on that? No question.
No, none of that.
Okay. Got these 3 journal entries down. But everything costs the same is not an issue, but the price change.
Who's that noise?
Joy, you need to mute probably.
I know it's windy on my side.
So you've got to, when the prices change, come up with a way to value when the cost of the inventory changes. And there are 3 ways. We can sell the first ones first. We can sell the last ones first. Or we can use an average. There's 3 ways we can value the inventory when the inventory amounts cost differently. So that's FIFO, LIFO, weighted average. There's a specific identification method. So if we're selling high price items like cars, jewelry, then we would identify what it would be. But if we're looking at shoes, it's not a need to do that. But what we're going to do is to look at FIFO first. FIFO, as the picture says, items are loaded on at the back and taken off on the front. So we're selling the old items first. Any question?
No.
Okay. So in our example, we're going to go to the journal entries first. We make 2 purchases, one for 115 and another one for 220. So we got 2 sets of inventories in here in terms of cost. We got one set at 15, another set at 20, and we sell 150 at 40. So the question is, how much money are we making? Which of the shoes are we selling? Are we selling the shoes up here? Are we selling the shoes back here? Or some combination across all the shoes? So in FIFO, we assume we're selling the oldest shoes first. Okay, we selling the oldest shoes first. So let's go and purchase the shoes first, okay? And make the journal entries to do that. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Well, make them then. make the journal entries to purchase those shoes.
Oh,
So
we got the
you
type
got
2.
two purchases. So what?
It's going to be 2 or 15, depending on if you pay with cash or on account.
We always pay with inventories on account. We don't pay the delivery person. So we got one purchase at 15 and another purchase at 20. So we got 100 pairs of shoes at 15, correct? So all we're going to do is we're going to debit inventory for 1,500.
$15 or 15.
Account payable for 1,500. Any question?
Yeah. So if this was your chart, the number of shoes you're buying were going to be what we're saying accounts, debits, credits. That's what we tell you how many shoes in the inventory, how many you sold.
We're gonna go
how
to
many
the
you
chart.
bought.
We're gonna go to the chart next, but we're just making the journal entry right now.
Okay. Yeah,
Then
I
we
got it.
bought 220. What's that journal entry gonna be?
200 debit and no. 200. No, it's 2,000. 4,000.
All right.
And gonna credit 4,000 too.
We buy the inventory. We make the journal entries first, okay? That's the first thing we can do. Any problem with that? So we're gonna make the journal entry first. Any question? And everybody should be able to make journal entries. Okay. Now, because they're in here at different prices, we're gonna keep track of this in the chart. Okay. So let's go to the chart now. And so for that first purchase, we purchased how many? 100.
100 for $1,500.
15 for 1,500. And we're gonna put them over here, and let me put a $sign here. Then we bought what? 200. This is the second journal entry.
Each.
And how much did we pay for them?
$20 each. They were 4,000 in total.
My computer is slowing down. I hope it makes it through the semester. Yeah, everybody do this. Make those two journal entries and put it in the chart like that. Is there anybody who can't do that? Make two purchase journal entries and put it in the chart. Everybody do that.
Yes.
So what? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the third thing we're gonna do, we're gonna sell 150 pairs of shoes for $40 each. We're gonna sell 150 pairs of shoes for $40 each. So we got to make two journal entries. One for what?
One for the purchase of the shoes and the selling.
Is it?
One for the 100 at 15, and then 50 for the 200 at 20.
That's what I seem familiar.
Well, yes, it's familiar. Now, what we're saying here is that, okay, as we look at this, that 2 journal entries have to be made. When we purchase, just 1 journal entry. When we sell, 2 journal entries. The first thing is we're going to sell them for cash. So we're going to have 40 times 150. We sold 150 pairs of shoes. We got $40 each. How much cash do we have?
6,000.
6,000. So we're going to make the journal entry. So this would be cash. And that's not important at this point, whether it's cash or account receivable. And we're going to credit sales. Any questions on that journal entry? Now we need to go in here. We need to go in here and come up with, okay, how much were the cost of those shoes? So we didn't go in there for this journal entry, but now we need the journal entry for the cost of the shoes. So now we go to the chart and we know we sold how many?
150.
And we're using FIFO, so we're selling the old ones first, right?
Right.
So we're gonna come up here and get 100. And then I'm gonna come through here and do a little strike. Those are gone.
Because we used it.
Yep. And that's what we want to do. We don't want them in the balance. We want to sell them. But we know that we sold how many?
150 in total.
So we got to what? Sell 50 more.
50 more.
But that 50 is going to cost us what?
20.
20.
And so the total cost of those is going to be what?
1,000.
So now,
Wait, I got a question.
what's your question?
Okay, so why the 50 that we have left, why are we selling them for 20 instead of 15?
These are all gone. We have.
Oh, yeah, okay. I got it. All right, thank you, bye.
I have a question too. So, because I was writing when you started moving, where'd you get the 50 from? Is that from the next amount, the next amount? The
Yeah,
200
well,
point?
we got to have 150 pairs of shoes down here. That's how many we sold. So we go sell, we sell 100 pair of old ones, we got to sell 50 more.
Okay. And we got that from the second journal entry.
Yeah, so now, put on the line here. And I'm gonna add these two numbers together. And I'm gonna get how much?
2,500.
And so the 2,500 tells us what? What does that 2,500 mean?
Cost of goods sold.
Okay, that's the number that goes in the journal entry of cost of goods sold. Okay. Now I want to go back up here. How many shoes we got left? Do you know how many shoes we got left?
150.
You got 150? What's the cost of the 150 that's left?
20.
$20.
So that's what, 3,000?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
How much money did we make on this 150 that we sold? So we know that the sales were how much?
6,000.
How much did the cost?
2,500.
Hold on, I got a question.
Yes.
So the sales number, could you go back down to the chart, to the journal entries? The chart, I mean, not this one.
No, because I don't want to deal with that chart with sales.
So, well, up to go up. I'm sorry.
We want me to
The,
go
uh,
up
the
here.
question, the questions that show you how much it said, 100 for $15 each.
Here?
Yeah. All right. So for journal entry number 2, you purchased 200 shoes for $20 each, which was 4,000. 4,000. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Accounts payable and inventory. Now, how did you find the sales for 6,000? I missed that.
You sold 150 for 40. So buying the shoes is not the important thing. Selling them is. You sold 150 for 40.
Where did we make that journal? Is that just the results of the journal of the sale? I mean, we don't have to do a complete journal entry for that?
We
Does that make
did.
sense?
We did. Got it right here. Debit cash, credit sale, full journal entry.
Okay, yeah, because we sold it, so we debited cash or accounts receivable.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending on which one we get, it rather to be a 2 or 15 transaction
It
type.
don't matter, if just so you got the amount right. I'm not concerned now whether it's cash or receivable, but I'm just showing, it's only 2 possibilities. I'll try to
And
make
then
sure cash on Thursday.
at that point, we're done with 2, and then we will go down to 3 and find the cost of goods sold, which is what we did on the next chart.
What we did on the charts. So the purpose of the chart, put the inventory in here, and then when we got different costs to show us what we sold and how much is left.
Right.
And so how much money did we make on those shoes?
$3,500.
Now, how many people will be able to do this on Thursday?
I can do that tomorrow, not Thursday.
Wait, how did y'all get the net income?
Well, we just subtracted sales less costs. How much money did we make? We're in the business of buying shoes at one price and selling them for more money to make a profit.
Okay, I get. Yeah.
Professor Boyd, are you gonna show how to do the weighted average?
Yeah, a little while.
Okay.
So on Thursday, if you can just do FIFO and this, you'll make a C on the test.
Now we need to go to the next thing. I need at least a B plus on the
I'm just
test.
saying, different things for different people. We have 16 people on the line. So if you can just do this on Thursday, these 2 pages, with 3 transactions, if you can do that on Thursday, you'll make a C. Now, is that fair?
Maybe a B would be fair. I mean, considering how we learned in this, a B minus.
Right.
A B minus, a B minus,
Yeah.
a B minus.
Everybody said B minus, like a boy.
Okay.
A B plus, because some people have corona.
We got corona. But they need a C. They
3 weeks.
got corona, they need a C.
Wait, let me spray my laptop.
Okay. Can we do that? I mean, can you take 3 transactions, do this, make the journal entries, show how much money you made? Can you do that?
Okay, wait, but the question is, are you only gonna give us 3 transactions?
That's
Because you
all I'm giving
always
you.
go
That's
overboard.
all I'm giving you for the
Right.
C test.
Now give us enough to get a B minus or a B plus, sir, please.
3. That's what be like.
See,
Can you give us 3 transactions though, for real? Because you be going overboard.
I
okay.
know, and our other professors, they be going overboard too.
Are they?
A
That
little
online
bit.
school.
They're not understanding that people have corona.
Stop saying that.
What I asked you all was, if I gave you 3 transactions, so let's just stick with the point. If I gave you 3 transactions and told you were using FIFO, you had different costs, can you fill out these charts? That's the
Yeah.
question. Is there
Yeah.
anybody
Yeah.
who can't do this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Hey,
For a
Professor
B
Morgan,
minus,
for the future.
Well, fine, B minus. Fine, now. That's old B minus.
B
Hey,
plus, final answer.
Oh, no, shut your mouth.
Professor Mark, can I give advice for teaching this particular portion next time? The first in, first out. Use something milk, something we know don't spoil or something if we don't get it out fast. Instead of shoes, we can stay there all day.
Well, we just got a shoe cut here, but I use shoes. I thought everybody wore shoes, and had shoes in their house. I know they got food too.
Mm.
All right, now for those who want to be.
LIFO support.
LIFO method assumes the latest goods purchased are the first sold. So the last one that comes in, if we go back to our other example, on LIFO, you'd be coming back here to get the shoes. So the last ones on are the first ones you would sell. Got it? So you in FIFO, you selling these. LIFO, you're gonna come around here, you're the type person who gonna not go where you're supposed to go, but you're gonna go around. You're supposed to be selling the old shoes, but you contrary, you come back here and get the new shoes and sell them. Okay. So I'm gonna go with the same example. Same number. You bought 100 at 15. You bought 200 at 20. You selling 150 for 40. The same numbers. And I'm gonna use same numbers on Thursday. So whatever is up here is gonna be down here in the LIFO example. So can y'all record those transactions for me? 1 and 2, make my journal entries. And y'all do that quickly.
Yeah. So
Y'all taking too long.
1,500 accounts payable.
We bought it for 1,500. And then what happened here?
4,000.
4,000.
That's the first 2. Then you might have to put those in the chart. I'll put them in. We'll do that separately. So let's put them in the chart. And we're going to put them in the same way. Let me go there, see if I can get them. So I'm going to put them in just like this. Well, let's see. Maybe I can get them all. So the same numbers there. And guess what? Same numbers there. Any questions?
Okay.
Any questions? Same thing. Then we sold 150 for $40. So pins we made, the journal entry for the sale. Can you make this journal entry and put in the amount?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta see the.
Below
I don't remember what it was. You gotta go back to the question.
says you sold 150 for 40.
Oh, okay. It's 6,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Russell,
So
the trick
guess
is just
what?
first.
The
Cool.
first 3 journal entries were the same. And Terrell acting like he's looking in belief and disbelief.
I'm not
The
in disbelief.
first 3 journal entries are the same. So once you've done it for the FIFO, the first 3, you got the first 3 done for LIFO. So all you got to do is to find out what the cost of goods sold is on the LIFO. So let's go up to the chart. What do you think the cost of goods sold gonna be on the LIFO? How many are we selling?
I think it's 3,000 because you're selling
How many we selling?
150.
How
You're
many
selling
we selling?
150 of
He's
the
selling 100.
220.
Sell 150. But we selling what?
The 20.
Out the newest stuff first.
The newest stuff first to 20. So how much we selling?
It's 3,000.
3,000.
3,000.
So we're gonna come down here and put the 3,000 here. How much money we made this time? Can you tell me that?
3,000.
The sales are what? 6,000.
Yeah.
Cost of goods sold is 3,000. So the gross income is what? 3,000. Then let's go back up here in our chart. And let's see what we got in here. We got 115.
Where are you?
But we only got what? 50.
That's a 20.
We only got 50 in here at 20. So these are 15. These are 20. So notice the old ones are still here. But for the new ones, how many we got left? There's 50 at 20, so we only got what?
1,000.
Now, if you can do this on Thursday, you'll have a real B.
Not a real beat.
So all you
Can you
had
scroll
to
back
do,
up to the other
say
chart?
what? Say what?
Can you scroll back up a little bit to the journal entry?
You gotta go down there, Carolyn.
Some more. Okay.
So can you make a B can you make a B if you got the same facts and 3 journal entries and you gotta use LIFO?
Yeah.
And the real B students I got.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Can anybody else do it? Are y'all selling for C's? Y'all just getting a pass. Y'all just want a pass. Oh, they should never bought that apple.
Too late to take it back now.
Oh man. Oh, what we doing here?
Professor, can you scroll back down to the income statement for a moment?
To the income statement for a moment. What's hard about that income statement? Tell me
Okay,
that.
I got it.
You got
I
it?
got it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just before we go to weighted average.
So just a quick question, Professor Boyd. You can stop right there while I ask it. So those are the only two types of journal entries we're making when we're purchasing and when we're selling?
That's all you make.
Okay.
Now, we said that we bought 100 pair of shoes for 15, right? So to cut your work down, I created this chart so you can make all the journal entries on one page. For all the methods.
You say this is cutting the work down. I would rather have different charts. This
So
gonna
whatever you
confuse me.
want, whatever you want. But if you didn't want to write these down, the count numbers down, and because these are gonna stay the same, let me see if that post right. You have it all done. You have all those sales journal entry done. But you can be like Terrell. So here we put 4,000 in. Credit accounts payable 4,000. Done for all the methods. And then for the sales entry, well, we sold them for 40 for 150. See, I'm gonna make sure y'all know it's y'all fault if y'all don't make an A. It's not gonna be my fault. So once you've done FIFO and put that in here, then all of this comes in. You done. You already have done journal entries 1, 2, and 3. Once you do them one time for FIFO, you got them already done for all the other entries. Now y'all gonna be like Terrell and put them on different sheets if you want.
I might just do.
Or you can just, just have you gotta have a different sheet, or you can just put them on one sheet like this.
What I needed from the store. What?
So the first 3 journal entries are the same, and they have been done for all 3 methods.
Leave the coconut one for me.
So what?
Sorry.
Then let's come in here and pull in. The only thing that's changing is cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold was 2,500 on the FIFO and 3,000 on the LIFO. So now we can come back down here. 2,500 for FIFO. And 3,000 for LIFO. So only the final journal entry changes. And then we can come in here and what? Put 6,000 down. Copy. So in calculating our gross profit, all the sales are the same. Only the cost of goods sold are changing. So the gross profit on the FIFO was what?
3,500,
And the LIFO?
3,000.
So how about that, Terrell?
Yeah, that's easy.
So somebody don't pass, who fault it is?
Professor Boyd's.
Always blame the professor. Always.
I always blame the professor.
When
I'm
in
not.
doubt,
Just saying
Let's
that's
see
just.
if we can knock out a little weighted average. And weighted average, you know, we're just mixing up everything. We're just selling everything. So we're just using average, okay? And here they have this big problem of showing how to get a weighted average. You don't worry about the individual costs. You add up total units, you add up total costs. And in this case, the weighted average would be 1140. But guess what I'm gonna do? But guess what I'm gonna do for you all? I'm gonna give y'all the same thing. I'm not gonna even change the numbers. I'm not gonna change the numbers. I'm gonna give y'all 115. I'm gonna give you 220, and you sold 150 for 40. I'm giving you the same numbers. Can we make these journal entries? You got to memorize yet?
1,500.
That's 1,500.
How much we got here?
4,000.
And how much you got here? I can't give you
6,000.
6,000. So now do y'all see why everybody should be making an A or at least a B?
is this to an A point right here? We got an A with doing this much? I got the A there, but I need to get exempt from the final. So
Well, we ain't talking about exempt from the final right now. We're just talking
no,
about
we almost there.
Yeah.
So you guaranteeing everybody, you guaranteeing the victory.
Speaking into
Sir.
existence.
Sir, there is 99.99% chance that a condom will stop you from getting somebody pregnant when used properly. 0.01% of a chance that some shit might happen.
So I can take the first example.
How did condoms come into the conversation?
Because
No
he
bullshit.
said there's never a guarantee with anything, all right?
All right, okay. That's enough.
Okay.
Oh, y'all wilding.
All right, we're working to get this final one. So now, how many are we selling?
150.
We sell 150. What they gonna cost us? Are they gonna cost us 15?
No.
Yep,
So it's going to be
they're not
by
gonna cost us 15. Are they gonna
It's gonna be-
cost us 20?
5,500, right?
No, they're not gonna cost us that.
Is
We
it
gonna
going? Is it
Our
35?
How much is that?
300.
That's 300. Oh, I see.
Then we're gonna add up our total cost. How much is that?
5,500.
5,500.
Then we're gonna divide 300 into 5,500.
I just said, Professor Boyd.
So what?
I literally just said that.
I didn't say you did.
0.05.
Well, what is our cost gonna be now?
0.05.
5 cents.
Because now, if the unit cost is 15 and 20, it's got to be somewhere between 15 and 20.
Also, we did that math
We
wrong.
got the average. So it's got to be somewhere between 15 and 20.
So is it 5,500 divided by 300?
It's
Correct.
18.
Oh, I did it backwards.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did
me
it backwards.
too.
Gotcha.
I
So
bet
are
people
you-
gonna do it backwards on Thursday.
So when you have when
We
you
get
have
an
that,
average.
are you taking
Y'all
the
have stats yet? We're
right?
getting the average. Yeah,
They confusing me. You gotta explain that part again, cause no.
We're not gonna use 15. We're not gonna use 20. We're gonna add up the quantities that we bought. 300. Do you see that?
Yeah.
We're gonna add up the dollars.
All right.
5,500.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to divide 5,500 slash 300. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we take what's here and we put it over what's here. Then now we're going to divide 300 and 5,500. How much do we get?
18.33 infinity.
So now we're using 18.33. And so if we utilize 18.33, what's our cost going to be? Total cost?
2,749.5.
Nah, we're just going to round it off there. And then we have
Okay.
150 left. They're going to be at 18.33 also. And that's going to be about 2,750. Okay.
So that in the middle, that 2,750, that's the cost of goods sold for weighted average.
Cost of goods sold for weighted average. 2,750.
You go back to the chart.
Go back
Read
to the chart.
that one. All right. So then after you do the cost of goods sold, you got the 150 times 18.33. All you did was now subtract what you took, what you just sold, and then bring. You're gonna keep the average? Or if you had more problems, would you re-average it each time, or would you just keep the average?
Re-average it. Now, if you had another sale, if you sold 10, then you use that again. But if you had a purchase, let's say we purchased
And it changes the average.
200, yeah, for 30. So now this would be, what, 6,000? And so now we'd have a 200 here. And they were in here at 30. Now we're going to do a similar thing. Strike them. Then we're going to put what? 350 here. Where we're gonna put it right here.
8,700.
What's gonna come in
25.
here? How much?
25.
I assume your answer's right. And so if we sold 200, it would now be 200 at 25, which would be what, 5,000?
Yes.
All it is. So we just went beyond our regular example. So now we set our 2750. So we just go down here to our standard sheet here. We put in our 2750. You see, we aren't gonna be like Terra and just duplicate all the work. Then we're gonna put 2750 here.
3250.
Back that. And how much is that?
3250.
So we'll see a couple things in rising prices. In rising prices, cost of goods sold is smaller on the FIFO and larger on the LIFO. So therefore, the profit on the FIFO is larger versus LIFO is smaller. And so, and of course, you're paying taxes on your income. So a lot of times people want to select LIFO as prices are rising so they can pay less tax and leave those old cheap layers in there. Weighted average, don't be between, somewhere in between those two numbers. So when you're working a problem, if the weighted average not in the middle, if it's more or less than one of those FIFO or LIFO, then you know you've done something wrong. Now the A students will have about 5 journal entries or so, five or six journal entries. But A and B students, B and C students, they just got the same little 3. You got the same little 3. Same facts all the way through. And all you got to do is to be able to go in there, make 4 journal entries, put a couple numbers on a flow chart, and calculate a profit. But for everybody except Terrell, I would give them a journal that looks like this. So once they've done FIFO,
Working so hard, Professor
they
Boyd.
got the first 3 journal entries made all the way across. They got right this down. Then all they got left is to get the cost of goods sold, because that's what's changing. Any questions? Is anybody who can't do this now? Low network connection, better on it. Close any browser windows you don't need or dial in on your phone. Because everybody out here, that's why the thing is so slow. Everybody's using it. So that's all we're talking about doing. And then gross profit. As you sell these shoes by 3 different methods.
So if we do all 3 of those, we exempt from the final, right?
Well, let's say what exemption from the final is going to be involved. There's a practice problem in here that shows you when you got more than 2 or 3 transactions, what you got to do. So you got an example. There's a shoe inventory problem 5-1 with FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. you got to submit this problem.
Oh, submit journal entries 1 through 14.
Yep. So you got to go through and do 14 journal entries on, on your own, not time, and do
Professor Boyd.
FIFO and weighted average. And if you get that done, and you pass the quiz with about 5 journal entries, then you're done. So they'll have about 5. You got 3, they'll have 5. They'll have 1 more purchase and a sale. So the people going exempt, they're going to have not 3 journal entries, but 5. And see, some people don't have 5 fingers, so they can't do 5.
So Professor Boyd, the 1 through 14 journal entries, or the 1 through the 14 problems you just had, I actually just finished that before class. So if I was to send that in and then pass the test on Thursday, I'd be exempt.
Yeah, but you got to, it's going to be, for the people who are exempting, they're going to have 5 journal entries.
I'm asking for the 5.
Oh, you're asking for the 5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Nathan. Anybody else asking for 5?
Yeah, I'll take it too.
Me?
Oh. Well, if you want 5, you email me, but you got to have this problem submitted by the time you get to class.
You want us to email it to you, the
I'll
problems?
open a link up for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna open a link for it. So you gotta submit this to me. Now you know I do multiple versions, right? On the exam. Y'all understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Your screens must be on.
Can you make sure we get it on time?
Oh, you
I was like the last person waiting on my exam.
said what?
I was like the last person waiting on my exam.
Well,
I was patiently waiting.
remember, I'll start at the bottom, but remember, the lower people were, lower alphabet were last. Terrell didn't complain. He was down there with you.
Professor Boyd, you always throw me in that
You
stuff
got
and
your
put me on
test
the bus.
30?
But what I'll do, I'll start at the bottom. I'll probably start putting them in, I don't know, anywhere between 2 o'clock and 2:15. I don't know. I'd say how busy Joy is going to be. The teacher I put exams in. But so they'll be put in. I need to know. I'll put the A ones in first. So if you want an A, you need to email me. So the A's are going to go in first, then everybody else. But I'll try to get them in early. But as soon as you open it, you got to put your screen on. So the class will start at 2 o'clock. Is that nice, Sam?
Hey, Professor Boyd, where can I find this document right here that you're this 1-5?
Say that again.
I was trying to download the document that you have right there, but
What you mean you're trying to download it?
I couldn't. No, I'm trying to download it. I told you I went my other laptop that I normally use, and so I can't.
I'll put this in.
Wait, so
Okay, yeah.
what's it Thursday?
I'll put it back in. So this is one that's just cut back some from the first one I sent you. Okay?
So the rest of it, the LIFO and the weighted average, that's what's due on Thursday?
Yeah, the rest of it.
Okay.
Very few people turned in the first part of it. So you might as well just do me one sheet with 5, just Just turn it in all together, FIFO, LIFO, and weighted average. Only 1 or 2 people turned it in before. Act like it was too much work. So now, and that's only if you try and exempt. I don't want to stress some people out because they got C and all of that good stuff.
So if we do that problem thing, we're exempt from the test.
Yeah, if you get it right.
Okay. What about the practice quiz? Did we turn that into on Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh.
But the main thing I want to do is see problem 5.1 work.
Okay.
So you got, you know, if you're trying to exempt, you got to have 5.1 work and correct. And then you'll have about 5 journal entries. You won't have 3, you'll have 5. And then you've got to be able to go through, fill that information out.
Gotcha.
And when it's due, the 5.1.
I probably need it Wednesday at midnight. So the latest Wednesday at midnight.
Next Wednesday or this Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
All right. Can you scroll back up to the example real quick, Professor Boyd?
Go back up to the example.
The entries. Right there. Go back down. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Oh, I see what you did there. Oh, okay. So these numbers are just a lot smaller than the other numbers. Okay. Cool.
Say that again.
Those numbers are just a lot smaller than the numbers for the inventory quiz.
What inventory quiz? This?
Do inventory quiz 1 is what it says.
No.
I don't see the journal entry problems. I don't know if that's it or not.
It's 5.1. Yeah, these numbers are going to be large. This is 5.1. The
No, not that. Here, am I able to share my screen on here too?
Nah, you know how
Administrative.
because I got Safari, they don't let me do it, and then they want me to switch to Google Chrome, but then Google Chrome wants me to change my password. I'm a little afraid to change that before the semester's over.
Why don't you just download the app?
So what?
Why don't you just download the app?
I did. I went to Google Chrome, but then they want me to change my password. The password I'm using in Safari, they don't want. Okay. So what that would mean that then I might not be able to get back in at all. So I just went, don't worry about anything else, you know, just do what I said. This problem, don't forget about those other small things I sent. Okay, just worry about doing this and then be ready for the test. So that'll solve that. Here's 5.1 is in what we sent. And then you know you're gonna have something.
Are you gonna attach the example to it as well? Are you gonna keep the example on there?
That whole document will come. You want this, right?
Yeah, everything that you're showing us right now.
Yeah.
So I can back up reference.
The only thing that's not on here is anything on, I guess, what is this? Weighted average, because I didn't even do this part of it. I just put it on the sheet. So the whole thing will come worked out.
Professor Boyd, I had a quick question. So for the 14 that we worked, when I get to the end, and you have all the way to the right, you have the end in the ending balance column. You have the quantity you have left, the cost, and the total. What do you do with that number?
Say what?
What do you do with those?
It would be on your balance sheet. It would be on your balance sheet. So this number is going to be on the balance sheet in the inventory account. Remember, you're making journal entry and you post them to the ledger.
Right.
So when you bought these items, the inventory account would have 1,500 and 4,000. When you credit it for 2,750, they'd have the whatever left.
Okay. But as far as the stuff that we have to do, we don't do anything with those numbers.
No.
All right, that makes sense.
I have a question, Professor Boyd. When you asked the question, beginning inventory at 2,000 pairs at $20 each, is that the exact same thing as saying you purchased 2,000 at $20 each? Is that the same thing as saying, yeah, purchase 100 shoes on account? Is that the exact same thing?
Wait a minute, say that again.
When you say beginning inventory, 2,000 pairs at $20 each, is that the same thing as saying purchase on account, purchase 20 shoes on account for $15 each?
Yeah, we don't have any beginning inventory.
Well, I asked because I've been working through problems or whatnot that you gave us, and it starts like that, and I'm kind of.
Some of them have beginning inventory. It's not a big deal. You just put it over there. It's not a big deal.
Well, how do you make the journal entry for it?
You already bought it, so there's no journal entry in the current period.
So what do you put it under?
Inventory. Remember that these charts have the beginning balance on them.
Which would be what your inventory is.
Yeah, so if you had a balance, then whatever was here would just come over here. You wouldn't make a current journal entry. So if you had 200 at 10 in your beginning inventory, you made that journal entry last year, and it's just in the account.
Oh, so it wasn't a repurchase.
No.
Now it's only profit.
Right.
And then will we still average that in when we do the weighted average? Would that still average in with the rest of it?
Everything in there you would average in.
Got it.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so on the journal entries, okay, there'll be the 2 purchases and then the 1 sold. And then so when we figure out the cost of goods sold on that one, and then you said there'll be added 2 more journal entries, so I'll assume it'll be another purchase and another sold. What do I do? Like, are there's gonna be like 2 cogs? Like, is it gonna be like another one where we like just do a journal entry for the second cost of goods, or do we have to like add them both, or like I don't understand.
Well, then you'd have another journal, just like you said. You'd have another journal entry to purchase something, and another COGS journal, another sale. So here you had 2 of these. Then after that transaction, you're gonna have another purchase.
Oh, so it'll just be a separate journal entry. It'll just be another one.
Then here you have accounts receivable and cost of goods sold. You'd have another one of those entries. Got it?
Okay, so like when we do it at the very end, like, okay. Like, which one do we write down though? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there'll be 2 of them. So which one are we like, when we write at the very when we're at the income statement, yeah, like,
You gotta write them all down.
no, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Let's go and okay, this is the example problem for FIFO. And what do we have? 9 journal entries? A practice problem. Okay, 9 journal entries. And it has some other things in here. I'm not so this is basically about the same. 2 purchases, a sale, a purchase, a sale. So I guess it have beginning inventory. Yeah, have beginning inventory also. So with the beginning inventory, even though it was placed here, there's no journal entry, and it comes over here. Then you had 2 purchases. Then you had a sale. Then you had another purchase and a sale. Well, you're going to have to add all of these up. And that's why in these problems, you would need to do a T account or either keep track of it.
Wait, go down. Right there, yeah, let me see.
So notice sales are the same thing, but COGS changes. So let's just look at the 17.5 right quick. You got to go through all of the sales. Here's 5,000. Here's 12.5. So there were 2 sales. So you got to add them up. 12.5. Then we got the other sale down here for 5,000. So those 2 numbers have to be added up, okay?
Okay.
So sales become 17.5. You got to do the same thing with COGS. So we have a 57.50 COGS. So I'll italicize that. Then we have a 2625 COGS. Maybe I'll bold it too. So you got to add them up. If you have 4 numbers, you add them up. If you have 5. Okay, so you just create your T account for cost of goods sold and sales. For cost of goods sold, for sales, you only need 1 T account. But for COGS, you need a cost of goods sold T account for each method.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if it was gonna be 2, because you said there was gonna be another sale, so that's why. But now I know it's just to add them up. Okay.
Just add them up. It could be 10. Of course, Joy is on, so she can help you all if you're having some problems. Well, Terrell, did this help today, son? Clear possible things?
I think doing it all together kind of helped.
Say that again.
Doing it all together like that, I think it helped a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like trying to do a
this last part won't be on the test though, right?
What last part?
Like what we just did right now. What you just did right now.
income statement.
Yeah.
That's gonna, well, no, we aren't gonna have operating expenses. No, it'll, that's just the problem that's turning in. It's just, so it won't be any operating expenses. It is going to look just like this. So I
Okay.
don't, I'm not worried about the operating expense. I just want to see how much money you made. So you should be
All right.
good, right? But I'm just focusing on just how much money you made on the sale of the shoes. I'm just focusing on that.
It's a lot easier than I thought.
So how many people are going to knock this out on Thursday with at least a B?
We shooting for A over here.
Okay. Chicago shooting for A.
Yeah, but Chicago start with a C, so I'm just playing.
So
I'm
just
just
remember, all you got to do is do FIFO. I can go back there. You get your FIFO right. If you just do FIFO and get me my right gross profit, you got to see. So all you got to do if you want to see is do FIFO. Now, if you want a B minus or a B plus or whatever, you got to do all three. Then if you want exempt, you got to be able to do 5 rather than 3 transactions. So it's choices, galore for everybody. Okay.
All right.